Hey everybody, Coach Dan here from the Run Experience. I just finished the 30-day challenge here on the Run Experience app, and I was really curious at the heart of winter here in rural Canada, how it was gonna feel to do that 30-day challenge. Hey everybody, day 6. It is cold, about minus 24 degrees Celsius, what it feels like out here today on the trail, which I think is about minus 11 Fahrenheit. And see what happened, what changes I noticed in my running and in my body by doing 30 days of structured running. I don't do a ton of this type of structured running. I don't follow a plan, even when I'm training for big races. So it was really interesting to me to see what was gonna happen over 30 days of hard running. Now, after you watch this video, hit us in the comments. I promise I read everything you post and I respond, you know, when I've got something to say. Look, January in Newfoundland, it's cold, it's snowy, it's windy. It's not my favorite season for training, and so I thought starting a 30-day challenge now was a really good idea because it would add some structure to a time of the year when I sometimes lose some fitness. It's not when I'm out doing my most volume. It's not when I'm training as hard as I might want to. And so the intention was just to see if I could, first of all, not lose any fitness in January, and second of all, maybe get a little bit stronger. So I started the 30-day challenge, and the way we do this, if you follow it along on the app, is there's a test on day 1, a 30-minute time trial, and then some hollow body holds, some core strength stuff, and a push-up challenge. And then you do a structured training plan for the 30 days. This isn't just running. It's running, lots of easy miles. It's also some structured drill days where you're working on your form, and it's also some strength workouts, then it's also some speed work days, some interval training. I did it all. Now, I want to be really honest with you all. I added some mileage. I tend to run between 85 and 100 kilometers a week. I tend to run that type of volume all year long. If I'm training for a big mountain race, I'll peak. So I'll increase that volume a month, 3 weeks out. To peak for a month or 3 weeks out, rather. And so I did add volume to our normal 30-day challenge plan. And it felt good to me. So on easy days, I'd just run longer. On interval days, I'd do the intervals and then I'd add on some easy miles afterward. And I didn't take rest days. Now, when I say I didn't take rest days, I don't mean that I didn't have easier days. I mean that I didn't have any days where I didn't run. I ran every day for the 30 days. I know that's not always the best advice. Some of those days for me, I just did 4 or 5 kilometers really easy, just to keep my body moving and to keep the habit of running. So what happened? Well, empirically, I got stronger in January. Who'd have thought? Throughout the 30 days, I was able to increase my 30-minute time trial. So at the end of January, I ran 30 minutes at about the same relative effort, which was pretty hard, I have to be honest. I didn't really loaf it in. I worked for that 30 minutes. On the 1st of January, that 30 minutes brought me in at 6.7-ish kilometers. I wasn't too unhappy with that. By the end of the month though, I was at 6.9 kilometers. Now, the last day of the month when I did that hard 30-minute run, we had just had a snowstorm. The road, I used the same course, I ran in the same place, but the road was just absolutely covered in snow and slush. It was a much harder day to run hard, but I ran further. My heart rate data is about the same, so it shows that the relative effort or the actual effort was the same on the last day of the month as it was in the beginning of the month. And I felt really good about how it turned out. Also, from a push-up point of view, I could do more than double the push-ups at the end of the month that I could do at the beginning of the month, and the core work, the hollow body hold, was much longer as well. What does this tell us? Well, it tells us that for me, as a person that likes to run all year long, it felt good to not lose any fitness in January, but instead to get stronger. But here's the part that the real value was for me. I got some mobility, stability, and strength work back in my life. So my last race was at the end of October 2023. So between October and the end of the year, I was running, but I wasn't training especially hard. I wasn't doing any strength work. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. Intermittent workouts if sort of the mood struck me, but nothing with any structure. Since the 30-day challenge, I've been doing mobility work. I've been doing stability work, and I've been doing strength work. I'm a week out of the challenge now, and I'm still doing those things. What does it tell me? Well, it tells me a few things. I should maybe not be so easy on myself after race season. Maybe that's when I should be doing some of this stuff more, but building the habits of getting those things back in your running life really makes a big difference. It's made a difference for how I feel. It's made a difference for some injury recovery. I've been dealing with some plantar fasciitis and a few things. And it's building in the time to do the strength work has also allowed me to build in the time to do the exercises I'm supposed to do for plantar fasciitis. So it has been a net benefit, a huge positive in my running life. It's great. The program's fun, it's easy. This isn't an ad for our 30-day challenge, but like, give it a shot if you haven't. I found it fun. I thought it was a great program. And the point is, how did my body change after doing a 30-day challenge? Well, in the middle of January, when it's cold, when the weather makes it really kind of punishing to get outside every day, I got outside every day. I knew what I was going to do. I even did the strength workouts outside. So, you know, you feel a little bit silly doing push-ups out on the trail, but still, it was totally worth it. I loved it. So check out our 30-day challenge. I think you're going to like it. And get in touch.